Cocky 17-year-old Josh is driving his parents mad.
I rule the roost in my household. Whatever I say kind of goes.
I'm just worried about Josh. He comes and goes at will, and he appreciates nothing.
Always out with his mates, he never lifts a finger at home.
He does nothing, absolutely nothing.
I've got it absolutely sorted, absolutely tied up. Mum just does everything.
He doesn't tidy his room, he doesn't empty his bin, he doesn't bring plates down, they sit there and fester. If he's late for college, it's our fault because we didn't get him up. He does nothing.
Josh also wants for nothing.
His brother and sister both call him golden balls. I mean, they are well aware of how spoilt he is.
There's my laptop there, my TV, my Xbox and my iPod and my camera. Mum and Dad bought everything, apart from the TV, which my nan bought. Never had a job. My dad funds everything, you know, going out the weekends, all my school trips.
He's even got a car, and he hasn't passed his test yet.
Yeah, I'm not too happy about it. My mum and dad both drive Mercedes. I just can't hide the shame.
So we've obviously made mistakes as he's growing up because he appreciates nothing.
Yeah, I think I've got a really easy life, but at the same time, it's the life I've become accustomed to. I'm a responsibility that they took on, and it's their duty, really, to give me the best they can.
Fed up with his attitude, Josh's mum and dad are desperate for things to change.
He needs to acknowledge what he's got. He needs to understand how lucky he is, what a great life he's got, and it's there for the taking.
I don't want to look in here. I don't know why we came here.
16-year-old school dropout Charlotte Hams is at loggerheads with her mum.
Ow! Don't hit my hand.
I really don't like spending time with my mum. I really don't.
I just don't know what to do with a child like Charlotte. I just feel I've lost total control over her.
Well, what are you going to get then?
I don't know. Can you stop acting up, for f***'s sake? It's pathetic, Mum. It really is.
Their relationship has hit rock bottom.
I wear smart trousers and a top or whatever. I don't care, but I'm not wearing a dress, so...
I didn't ask you to wear
Well, you obviously are, because we're all in the bloody dress shop.
They've got trousers as well, if you would stop.
Oh, no, Mum. OK, well...
Generally, I'm a psycho. If I'm cross with her about something, the reason is because I'm just a psycho.
Charlotte, it's driving me mad.
I don't think me and my mum have a particularly good relationship. Like, she's done the basics. She's ticked all the boxes. Teach a child right from wrong, feed and water them, blah, blah, blah. But you can't just turn on respect now. Like, I don't think that I would ever give my mum, like, full respect.
Charlotte's parents divorced 10 years ago, something she's never got over.
Charlotte always wanted my ex-wife and I to get back together. When we didn't, I think that caused her quite a bit of upset.
She now lives with her mum, but rejects any efforts to maintain a family life.
I think she blames me for her father leaving, and always has done. But I think sort of 10 years on, she should have moved on a bit and realised lots of families are split families and we can do things together. But she just doesn't seem to want to. She just says, oh, it's always horrible.
Charlotte's parents are at their wits' end, and things have got so bad that Charlotte is moving out in 3 months.
When you get to a certain age where you can start making decisions for yourself, they should respect your decisions.
And you think you know everything?
No, I don't think I know everything at all. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you don't. Compared to me, you know nothing. Christ.
I hope that Charlotte might realise that I'm not a complete ogre wanting to spoil her life, but I just want the best for her.
But it's all about to change for Charlotte and Josh. Both parents have agreed to send their children to India to experience strict parenting for themselves.
So I'll get your luggage this bit. There you go, son. It's all yours now. Get something at the airport for you. There you go. Cheers. Make sure you look after yourself.
I'm feeling quite nervous, but more excited now. Now we're kind of just here, just about to go, just about to get kind of on with the mission.
Right, and then you have a lovely time. See you in 10 days.
I don't really get homesick much, so it should be a problem. I just nearly cried a little bit.
See you later, Charlie. Bye.
Have a great time. Lots of love.
Charlotte and Josh are in for a challenge. For the next 8 days, they will be living with a strict family in Jaipur, India. Meet they won't tolerate disrespect, laziness, or teenage tantrums.
Discipline is the way of life for us. How much time have you studied today?
2 hours.
Only? It's already 7:30. Now you better go.
Yeah, I'm going.
It is ultimately one person who is the boss, and that is to be known to everyone. And you should know what is your place.
Are a strict Hindu family with 3 generations under one roof. Dad Sanjeev, a High Court lawyer, rules all his children with a rod of iron.
I'm scared of my father and I'm scared of my grandfather. I can't do anything wrong in front of these people. If I'm going wrong against these people, I know I'm going to get my spanking, hard spanking.
A-grade student, 15-year-old Ankita, never questions her father's authority.
There's nothing to rebel, you know. I don't feel like rebelling. Discipline is one thing that should be there in every child, every person, every human being. Discipline makes your life.
Sanjeev believes it's not too late to instill his values in these 2 British teenagers.
In order to bring them to adulthood, where they are able to take right decisions, till that stage, one has to be strict. One needs to be strict with them.
After a 15-hour journey, Josh and Charlotte touch down in Jaipur. And the culture shock is immediate.
Look at him! He's absolutely mental.
50 years ago, Jaipur was at the heart of the British Raj. Now it's the bustling capital of Rajasthan, home to over 2 million people and famous for its culture and charm.
It's a really, really horrible place. There's litter everywhere. The roads aren't tarmacked. It's just rubble. Everyone's very poor. It's so backward.
Just like back home, Josh and Charlotte will be living in a middle-class suburb. But there the similarities end.
Hello. Welcome, welcome. Come. Calendar.
Hi.
Ankita.
Nice to meet you.
Come, sit down. This is a sweet which we offer to everyone who comes in home. You are coming to our house.
Thank you.
For next 7-8 days, you will be staying under me. I'll act properly as your father. When I say that I'll act as father, I'll act in the same manner as I'll act with all these people. Okay. We have a very, very disciplined family. Okay. Being disciplined is always good. Okay? Now I'll take you to your rooms. I'll show you your rooms.
At home, Josh is used to a life of luxury. But here he must share a room with Sanjeev's nephews.
I haven't packed so much now.
With 2 of these guys. You stay here, study here. We have a strict schedule which we follow. And that schedule I expect you also to follow. This is a separate room for girls alone. Okay? Yeah. You with these 2. Treat them as your younger sisters.
Charlotte, who spends no time with her own family, will be bunking with 15-year-old Ankita and her sister.
So you like hanging out with your friends, right?
Yeah.
So do you kind of drink?
Yeah.
You drink? Okay.
Yeah, I do. I go out.
I hope you don't smoke. Yeah, you do? Okay. So keep all your cigarette packets aside. So you have a boyfriend?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You're single?
Yep.
But you're beautiful.
Yeah, but boys are
Oh. She have all kinds of bad habits. She's very nice. She's like, for me, she's like a sugar cube. You know, just white from outside and so sweet from inside. I just love her.
Their family is just massive.
I'm seriously doubting whether I made an informed decision.
I don't think I'm going to be able to keep level-headed, no way.
I expected to have my own room,
Yes.
at least. I did not expect it. That is just mental.
and we don't know them at all. And it's just kind of like chucked in at the deep end, share a bed with two of my daughters. It's like...
I'm really taken back with like how they just expect you to just kind of get into it as well. And you're just like, well, hang on.
Treat me as your father and treat these as your sisters. It's like,
like that, the girl was like in the blue top was like, as long as you don't drink, as long as you don't smoke, as long as you abide by all the rules, you'll be fine. I was thinking.
Yeah, she said, do you drink? And I was like, on the weekends, yeah. And she was just like...
She said to me, did you drink? I said, yes, heavily.
If Josh and Charlotte are to live in this house, they must follow the strict house rules.
We have certain way of life in our house. You have to follow the rules very strictly. No smoking. Do you smoke?
No.
You don't? You smoke? Oh. I would request you not to smoke at home. No smoking, no drinking, no talking about sex. That's the third thing which I am very clear. We have a very, very strict family in our house, so far as these things are concerned. So far as you're wearing this thing is concerned, you must wear a t-shirt. I don't allow mobiles at home. You must be very punctual at all times. Even if you are late sleeper, you'll have to wake up early. If you have to go out, then you must ask permission and you must go along with somebody from the house. Any other questions which you want to say? She's crying?
Yes.
What happened? Is she afraid of me?
It's not you.
What happened? Huh? Don't cry. Why should you cry? Huh? Aris? Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing? Why should you be? You were remembering your parents or something? Remembering them all?
Oh, yeah.
Huh? Don't. You will find yourself at home. Alright? Such a delicate girl.
I just feel a bit overwhelmed because I've just looked so far out of my comfort zone. I've just been chucked into a family and then being told to appreciate their religion and live by their ways, and it just... I just feel physically sick. I really do.
The discipline's pathetic. Basically, anything that you enjoy in England is banned.
See, we don't have any such strict rules that they will not be able to follow. But they will find it very difficult. For them, it is very difficult. Let us see. It's the first day. By tomorrow, I expect better result from them. Day after tomorrow, it will be much better.
Before lights out, Sanjeev gives the teens a letter each from home.
Oh, it's from my mum.
It's to remind them of why they're here.
I've got some pictures. One's of my bed, one's of my TV and PlayStation, and one's of my city. My mum knows that they're the kind of three main things that I'll be missing. Yeah, there's not much I wouldn't do to be there at the moment. Just in bed with my PlayStation and my TV.
It's kind of like a life guidance thing. Just like how she hopes things will be different when I get back. She said, I'm sorry that things get difficult between us. I've been trying to work out why, but sometimes we are quite close, but then you seem to move away from me and get angry with everything I say and do. And I really wish more than anything for us to have a good relationship. I think she's expecting this trip to change me as a person completely. And I've said to her that it's probably not going to happen.
11 o'clock, lights out.
Good morning. Good morning. Charlotte, Ankita, get up.
Every day, the household is up at dawn.
Yeah.
Today, Sanjeev is sending the British teens to school. For Sanjeev's family, education is everything. Anything less than a university degree is considered a failure in every generation.
Education is very, very important. I did my MA in 1956 and I was the topper in my college.
I love my school, like anything. You know, I love studying, I love to gain knowledge. You can't earn your life without studying.
Back home, Josh is studying 3 A-levels, but rarely makes it into college before 12. Charlotte's been suspended 9 times and expelled twice, despite her parents' best efforts.
When I was first told that Charlotte had been expelled, my heart sank. I actually felt physically sick. I could have throttled her.
I took the piss for 5 years, and finally they expelled me.
Well, Charlotte's attitude has always been that she can do what she wants, really, isn't it? Charlotte's not going to say anything, she's just going to make faces all the time.
No, Mum, I didn't set out intentionally to get expelled. Do you really think that?
No, I know
that was
you
like
didn't
my
set-
aim in school.
You disrupted the class all the time.
Christ. You have absolutely no idea.
You had lots and lots of chances and you could have helped yourself, couldn't you?
I know.
But you didn't bother.
Charlotte's now at college, but she's dropped her A-levels and is studying just 1 AS level, photography.
If you're not care about your school, you can be called a you can be called a because, you know, you're not caring about your school, you don't care about your life.
Ankita goes to St. Saviour's School, one of the top private schools in India. Founded by American missionaries, St. Saviour's educates Jaipur's elite.
Talk English.
Good morning. Today I welcome you all to this fine morning's assembly.
You are with me wherever I go. Every moment your life with me flows. You're always there, close by my side. You are there, oh Lord, both day and night.
For the next week, Charlotte and Josh will be in class 11C with Ankita.
This is my best friend.
Right.
Josh, Charlotte. Hey.
Just being fake to everyone, it's just like trying to be friendly to people that I've got no regard for.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's really nice. It's very hot though.
It's not that hot. Yeah, but actually for you it's hot.
Yeah,
you
in
actually
England
have temperature in minus degree.
Yeah. It's just been constantly, been like, really, you know, about everything. It's just, it gets really tiresome.
In India, they still practice a traditional teaching style.
Be seated.
The teachers talk and the students listen.
Westernization and urbanization have led to the degradation and erosion of moral and cultural values. And erosion
The first lessons should be a breeze for Josh and Charlotte.
cultural,
It's English.
social have led. Which tense is it? Past. Have led is past tense? Have led. Which tense is it? Anybody? Which tense is it? Present perfect. Present perfect. Past tense is different. I saw a movie yesterday. A completed action has to be denoted with simple past. You cannot say, I have seen a movie yesterday. Right. Thank you.
The lessons are the way they teach over here is the kids listen and the staff teach. You know, there's no class activities, there's no involvement. You know, you just listen.
Josh is missing the point. School isn't there to entertain for
I personally feel that a person up to the age of 20 or 21 is still looking for a particular line, looking for a particular right path, and he needs guidance there. So education has a very important role to play. Unless you are educated, you cannot be civilized.
11 o'clock. It's double chemistry. Josh and Charlotte are nowhere to be seen.
They're bunking, then my dad will obviously scold them a lot.
The school principal is hot on their trail.
I came to know that
two of our students have escaped without permission or they have gone out of the campus. So I need to find out what is a serious offence.
Can I have a large Diet Coke? It was nice to get a bit of freedom. I feel pretty good at the moment.
What can he do? He can't do anything. He's not going to like hit us.
Not too bothered.
The school's music teacher has finally tracked down Charlotte and Josh.
I came to the class, but I couldn't find you.
I told the teacher where I was.
Without permission, you cannot go out of the class.
Yeah.
I'm certainly disappointed because I don't expect such behavior because ultimately I am responsible. So this kind of behavior is not at all acceptable.
No, well, we appreciate it's wrong in your society now. In ours it's not, but we appreciate we shouldn't have broken the rules in yours.
Take that out, please. So, the normal procedure will follow. Now, when you write here that this card is given to you for bunking class, going, I hope you won't do this again.
We're sorry for the inconvenience that we caused to you and your staff.
I appreciate that. There you go.
Josh and Charlotte are being given a grey card, which they must present to Sanjeev to sign.
All right, sorry about that.
It's a serious punishment at St Saviour's. 3 of these and a pupil is expelled.
Seems to have become very popular all of a sudden. Everyone's interested in the grey card. It is green, but they call it grey, so who are we to judge?
It just shows that this is like the most exciting thing that's obviously happened in a long time. That someone went to McDonald's during school. It's like, just shows just how little happens in school or whatever.
The grey card proved good for you.
Yeah, well, kind of. We've yet to speak to your dad.
Yeah.
But,
all the best for that.
None of Sanjeev's children have ever received a grey card.
Bunking is pure, simple indiscipline, nothing else. The school people take it very seriously. Why should I not take it?
In the household, bad behaviour brings shame on everybody. First to feel Sanjeev's wrath is Ankita.
We decided this thing, that they will go to your class. Then you have some responsibility towards them.
I seriously didn't know where they were going. And they never told me.
When they were going out, you should have accompanied them.
No, but
I have told you.
They had taken ma'am's
I have told you that you have some responsibility towards them.
Papa.
Till they are in the school, they are your responsibility. Tomorrow they may fight with somebody and you will sit in your class. Is this your responsibility? You just leave them in the school and you enjoy yourself with all your friends. Forget about that. You have 2 brothers, sisters. Don't show this kind of behavior. Those 2 children, they don't understand this. There they don't have this kind of discipline.
I told them they're not allowed to bunk classes.
Today whatever has happened has happened. Am I clear? From tomorrow onward, act like a shadow. Don't let them go out of your eyes. Am I clear? No further arguments on this aspect. Now go and change. Come down.
I found it very bad and very embarrassing about my reputation. It's just because of them, because of their actions. First time I've been scolded because of someone else's fault.
Josh and Charlotte finally arrive back home. The whole family is waiting for them, but it's Sanjeev they'll need to face.
This grey card has been given because of bunking class, going out of campus without permission. Who suggested amongst both of you that let's go out?
We both decided it was kind of, we wanted to go and get a drink.
So you couldn't get a drink in the canteen?
We wanted food and we wanted to just get out of the school.
Because you got bored? And suppose if you don't go to the school and stay at home for the entire day, you will get more bored here.
I appreciate it, yeah. But do you think, yeah?
No, it's not appreciating. See, let us be very clear. I am a very, very clear man. This is a very big embarrassment to me, to the principal, whom I had taken a special permission. For your information, before you had come down here, I spent the entire day talking out that yes, allow these 2 kids to stay with you in the school. I said I want that they should understand what is an Indian school. So please, and you promise me this, nothing of this kind will happen tomorrow. Second thing, both of you will not sit together in the class. Sit differently. See, you have come here to meet Indians. You are not meant for 7 days to stay together. This line is very clear, should be understood. If you're not understanding, sorry. I have a very different way of treating you then. I'm a very good friend if you are good friends with us. Am I clear? Any questions? Any problems?
We've apologised. That's the end of it, really. Yeah, we've said we're sorry. We literally can't do much more than that.
Like, they just made it perfectly clear that they just don't understand that we wanted to be by ourselves. It gets too much after a while, living under their roof and being with them at school, and then coming home and eating with them as a family, and then going to sleep with them, and it's literally just constantly 24/7, they're in your face all the time, and there is no way you can escape from it.
The teens are reluctantly getting to grips with their new life.
Well, what happened to do all day?
6 a.m. start. Early morning exercise.
Good start to the day.
And a relentless timetable of academic lessons.
One angle is A and another angle is C.
The teens are well into their stay in India. But Sanjeev feels they're missing the point. He wants them to understand why he's such a disciplined parent.
I know I'm a very strict man, but why I am, you will understand from all this.
He's taking Josh and Charlotte to one of the poorest districts in Jaipur.
I just wanted to show you what are the discrepancies, you know what is in society in India. You have seen the good part. There are many poor people also.
India has more people living in poverty than any other country in the world. 320 million men, women and children live on less than $10 a month.
Lack of education has resulted in creating more of a poverty than you can think of. How do you find it, Josh?
I'm not getting out here.
No.
It's unbelievable. I don't see how they can survive.
That's why I wanted to show you how lucky you are.
I thought the rest of Jaipur was quite poor, but this is people just living in like 2 metre square boxes and it's just rubble. I bought my camera. My camera would probably feed about, sold it, probably feed about 400 people for like about 2 days or something.
So this is what makes you work harder.
I've never really kind of experienced anything like that or seen anything like that at all before. You can't argue against that kind of, no one wants to live there, no one wants to live like that. So, he's dead right.
It's not us that needs the point proving to, and we're not the ones that are going to be living in cardboard boxes if we don't do well here. At the end of the day, it really isn't going to affect me and Josh either way. Whether we've seen that or not, I mean, it's really awful to see, just like mentally, it's awful to see, but it's not changed how my attitude is it's not going to change how I'm like, how I feel when we go back to school tomorrow.
It's 6 a.m. and halfway through Josh and Charlotte's stay in India. Josh is up and ready for another school day. Charlotte is still in bed.
Charlotte, do you want to come to school today?
Good morning. What happened? Not well?
Charlotte's ill today. That coincides with our PE lesson, which she's been worrying about since we got our timetable. I'm sure she's not ill. I'm abundantly sure she's not ill. It's really, really coincidental that I have to go to college on my own, and it's the one day that you kind of talked about not going in.
I'm not prepared to just sit in that fucking classroom again. So, can you with the camera?
Charlotte is used to staying all alone as per her own wishes. She's finding it very difficult, she's finding it very inconvenient to stay in a family. So, how to avoid this situation? Show that I am unwell. Very good excuse. Show that I am not interested in anything. Very good excuse. I am feeling sleepy. These are all excuses, lame excuses to stay away from the family. She wants to stay in that room, make her stay there in the room.
Josh goes back to school without Charlotte.
Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
Stay put.
And Sanjeev's hoping to see a change in attitude.
Today we'll be having a debate. For the debate, the class will be divided into two groups. So, would you like to be the leader of one group? Right? One group will be led by Josh, and the other group will be led by Ankita. Who is Ankita? Okay. So, I've shortlisted a topic. Westernization and urbanization have led to the degradation and erosion of moral, religious, social and cultural values.
Having hosted two Westerners for the best part of a week, Ankita should have something to say on the subject.
Good afternoon to all. It's because of Western culture and urbanization in India that today, growing teenagers have started smoking, boozing, and adopting all sorts of bad habits. They do not respect their elders anymore.
The West was the first area of the world in which technology took massive steps forward in the modern era. So from this point onwards, the East is always having to play catch-up. This is not an issue of a nation losing touch with their past traditions. It's about improving the sphere of knowledge and to make a nation as great as it can possibly be.
True to form, Josh is relishing the argument. Back at the house, Charlotte is finally up and about.
I'm looking for Matt and Julie.
Her craving for a fag has got the better of her.
You can't just expect someone just to stop just because it's suddenly just become a house rule. I have tried my best to be polite in every way possible and abide to all the rules, and I don't think that there's any rules I've actually broken, apart from rules which were made which were completely ridiculous. Yes, success.
The country doesn't have to lose their culture, but if their culture and religion can be adapted to fit in with a new world that is influenced by the West, it would be a good compromise.
I am not saying you don't adopt their good things, but why are you forgetting your culture? Why are you adapting kinds of smoking and drinking and all those things?
If the Indian population felt so strongly against the West, they would have discarded American schools because they would not want to be part of the West. You would not be here if you didn't approve of the Westernisation, because this is an American school.
Then the positive one.
Thank you very much. I invite what's your name? Whom do you think was the best speaker? How many support Ankita? Okay, so how many say George? Okay, so I declare George as the winner today. Please.
Josh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats, yeah. You're being very nice, eh?
Thank you. Yeah, I feel quite good. And it's nice that they voted for me, and I really like the heat of the battle. Like, it's really enjoyable to be there. Win or lose, or if you believe in the point or not, I was lucky that I won and I believed in the point.
After his success in the big debate, Josh is finally getting into the swing of things.
At school, things are definitely improving beyond what I could have imagined. I didn't think I'd ever get to a point where things are this comfortable, things are this kind of enjoyable.
1-0.
I've been accepted, I think. They're all so willing to want to get to know me, and they really want to try and become friends now. So it's really nice. So.
My friend.
I think Charlotte's still at the feeling very intimidated stage. Has not yet become comfortable with everyone. It's a shame that you come to India for a week and she spent a day in bed. It's a shame for her, and unfortunately because she hasn't been in, she hasn't been able to turn the corner yet. You're right. Yeah. School's actually all right. It was the debate.
Like, I won, everyone loved it. As that school went, it was a good laugh, do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, to be completely honest, I didn't have any interest in them whatsoever. So.
yeah, I didn't until, like, with you being away, I had to talk to him and stuff, which was like... And then the more I did talk to him, the more, like, it was just, like, the nicer they were and, like, the more at home I felt.
So, but I just think it would just be completely fake and I'd just be sat there, like...
If we are here till Sunday, so I'm going to want to go home and say, yeah, you know, I really did experience it. Maybe I don't want to go home and just be like, oh, yeah, well, I just kind of couldn't be arsed the last day.
The vice principal was appreciating you. He said that you did well today, and all the children were very happy about your debate. And you participated well, and he was very happy about it. So I am also very happy about it. You want to go somewhere out in the evening?
Yeah.
Today, because you've done well, I'll give you that.
All right, thank you.
As a reward for Josh's success at school, Sanjeev has given him and his nephews permission to go out. A rare treat in the household.
They're taking me to their local pub or bar or whatever, where everyone hangs out. So I'm quite curious and interested to see what it's like.
They're off to a local cafe where smoking fruit tobacco is allowed.
Did you just suck it?
Smoke it. You know how to smoke.
But boozing is a no-no.
You're a good smoker.
And they have to make sure they're home by 9. Not the usual Friday night out for Josh.
Just drink too much.
My parents so much to do, I ain't get home.
Well, I just want to have a good time, you know. Whether it's just with my friends or Paul or whatever.
Mate, what's my nickname? The Babe. The Babe. Me and Kirsty are having a great night. We're having a good time. We're having a good laugh.
My beer goggles are extremely strong. I mean, really strong. And worse off different drinks. Everyone looks like Paris Hilton.
But sex and booze are strictly forbidden for the Sharma boys.
Does your dad let you have like girlfriends and stuff?
Yeah, I do have a girl.
Yeah.
But we have some limitations.
Yeah.
To some extent, kissing is all right. No change. So we don't do it. Don't take it that way. We don't do it, but sleeping together, moving around together, this is very bad.
On the other side of Jaipur, have finally managed to get Charlotte out of the house. Because she's studying photography, the shop is hoping that she'll relish the opportunity to take some snaps of the bustling Indian market.
Oh, this is disgusting. It's just really like busy and hot and don't like it at all. In Britain we have like supermarkets with like chilled food and stuff. There's just like literally rotting fruit everywhere and they're selling it to people and people are eating it and there's just swarms of flies and it's surprising how people aren't like dead from disease. It's absolutely disgusting.
She's not having even a smile on her face. So it's a bad experience for me. She's thinking that, you know, the people are very disgusting. It's a bit insulting for me.
Charlotte digs her heels in. But at the bar, it's a different story. The boys are getting on like a house on fire.
What in your sense sex is?
Probably just intercourse as sex.
Bet you whenever you have sex, you are drunk, heavily drunk.
I feel quite embarrassed that now talking to you guys that I've had so much sex and stuff because I feel a bit kind of dirty. But when I'm in England and I'm drunk in 2 weeks' time,
You'll forget all these things and
No, I will not forget, but my desire will overcome my social awareness.
I think you should stay for 2 months more.
stay for 2 months more.
You'll stop doing these all things and you'll like us.
Yeah.
The trip round the market is almost over, but Charlotte still hasn't even got her camera out.
These are the old buildings. Jaipur. Take pictures of this thing. This is actually the thing to take pictures of. I never saw her taking one picture. So, I don't know, does she really like photography or not? Because if she likes photography, I like photography, and whenever I go anywhere, I just keep on clicking pictures of everybody. She's not doing anything like that.
So you don't want to take any pictures?
No, it's not a nice thing to take a picture. It's just rotting fruit. It's horrible.
I would have thought for a photographer this is heaven with all the bustle and colour and.
Yeah, but my photography's in black and white, so it doesn't make any difference.
She wants to go home. Mom, she wants to go back home.
Charlotte's attitude is starting to concern everyone. But in Sanjeev's house, problems are tackled head-on.
We'll have a little bit of chit-chat. My room. After staying here with us, how did you find our family?
It's very, intense.
Very much involved with each other. Not like yours.
Nope.
But what's like your family?
I don't see my family. Because I don't get on with my family at all. And I never have. We've had family counselling, we've had therapy, we've seen psychologists. It doesn't work. My family, my parents hate each other. That's why they split up. My dad will say things to try and make me not like my mum, and my mum will do the same with my dad, and it's just constant using me and my brother to get at each other.
Okay.
So I'm completely fed up of it, so I'm just leaving.
That's why, I've been watching you, I've been talking with others. We find that you are always having a very, very sad atmosphere around you. That's why you're not enjoying anything. This is not life. You have to lead your life. All right, what has happened with your father? What has happened with your mother? Don't let it happen to you. Don't let it influence you. You have taken a challenge. You came all the way from there to meet me. We were all strangers. Complete strangers to you. You took up this challenge, no? If you can take this challenge, why can't you take a challenge for your own family? That would be a real life challenge. Do you agree with me?
The way I was brought up, I guess, just my mum bringing me up, and the fact that my dad left when I was 5 and stuff. I think that's got quite a big part to play in the fact that I don't easily trust people, or I don't like people to get too close to me, because I know that one day they will just bugger off.
Thank you.
And over the past week, I've learnt that, my family are one of the most important things in my life, and I'm so lucky to have a family that I do. I kind of feel like I kind of ruined the trip, but I don't know.
The tight-knit family are gradually drawing Charlotte out of her shell. As the week draws to a close, everyone heads off to Sanjeev's farm in the country.
Are we going to a small village like these ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're even smaller than these.
They're living like wicker huts.
It's a place to connect with traditional India. Staying at home and moping isn't an option.
Come.
Does it get you, Sanjeev?
See, this is how people live.
In this heat, you get inside the pond and you'll be tanned.
Oh, is that the pond?
Yeah.
Josh is basically naked, and I have to wear a full outfit. Oh, I've got bites all over my.
The idea was that I bring them here, see the different kinds of places, and let them be more happy. Let them feel that, yes, they are in India.
Charlotte's change of heart comes as no surprise to Sanjeev.
Charlotte is a girl, and girls are always having a complex character. My both daughters, they also have a very complex character. Sometimes you find them in a very, very off mood. They're down, then I have to talk to them. You can touch. I'm very happy she's smiling, she's enjoying herself. She's a wonderful girl.
Today's been like, I think it's because it was his day off and he could take us out and stuff. It's really like showing that he doesn't really want to keep his kids in the whole time. It's just that he doesn't really have time to take them out himself. And yeah, you know, he's just been showing us around and explaining everything, and it's just been really nice.
Open. Hey Charlotte, this is for you. Give me a smile I can keep all the while in my heart, all the way.
For Charlotte, there's just one thing left to do. An apology for the sister she rejected.
Yeah, when I first came here, I just felt like I was being kind of rude. I was just in tears and not really talking much. I just feel like your efforts weren't appreciated, and they completely were. It's just, I just like to take my time. Do you know what I mean?
You work through that all the time.
I just wanted to let you know.
We perfectly understand what you were feeling, right? It would have been the same with me. So I don't think you were rude at all. Okay. So now are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's all cool now.
Okay.
It's the end of the teen's stay in India. And the experience has given everyone plenty to think about.
You stay in India.
Good boy, very good boy. I think I have definitely learnt while I've been here that the more you put in, the more you get out. And that's shown in how much I've enjoyed the time I've spent here since. I tried a lot harder in school, and things kind of snowballed from there.
At home in Birmingham, Josh gets everything handed to him on a plate. With help, he's starting to realise how much he takes his parents for granted.
I'm not going to be stacking the dishwasher and, you know, asking my dad if I can cut the lawn and things like that. You know, that's not how I see things changing. But I think I'll be able to appreciate the work that goes on in the home a lot more, and appreciate that my parents are kind of building a base from which I can hopefully springboard.
Since her parents' divorce, Charlotte has spent the last 10 years rebelling against her mum and school.
I think like my upbringing would have definitely benefited if there was a lot more discipline and an actual structure to it.
Charlotte's mum was desperate for this experience to help patch up their fragile relationship.
I don't think it's too late to change how things are between me and my parents, because I mean I would like to get on with them. I just, to be honest, quite a lot of the time I just refuse the support that they offer, and I think that if I could, or I did accept the support that they were giving to me, things would probably be a lot easier and we'd probably get on more. It's just I think I'm stubborn like that, and I just don't really appreciate quite a lot of the things that are handed to me. But it's not too late.
Before Josh and Charlotte leave for the airport, they have one last cultural treat in store.
Charlotte was telling me that you people get drunk and then dance.
Yeah.
Nobody gets drunk here and then dance. We just dance carefree.
Okay.
It's really nice they put it on. Me and my family would never do this. I would enjoy myself watching, but I just don't really want to dance. There's no alcohol.
I feel really kind of appreciated and really liked here.
After getting married, would you live with your parents or would you like to live separately, independently?
I think for the purpose of the question, I'd like to live with the family, yeah. For the purpose of the question, it's going to have to be that answer, I'm afraid. Yeah, definitely with the family.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Best of luck.
Oh, I have one as well.
Get out.
foremost thing which I found that they have taken experience from our families with regard to how to enjoy not only with your friends but in your family also. How to live good life in a family.
Come. Thank you for your hospitality. Thank you all. Thank you all for looking after us.
Disciplined family, happiness comes to it naturally.
Hang on,
I think we're supposed to be doing.
Got my bag. Yeah.
Oh, Josh, lovely to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you put on weight, lost weight? God, you've lost weight.
Yeah, I haven't eaten. Anyway, ready to go, mate.
All right, all right.
I like your shirt.
Good to see you. Welcome out.
Oh, it's freezing. Can we shut the door? I'm really cold. Literally, it's been like 40 degrees everywhere.
Look, your shorts are falling off you.
I know. I haven't really eaten.
So how was it?
It was different.
Are you glad to be home?
I'm really glad to be home.
It's so nice to see you.
Get off. Get orange lipstick everywhere.
You've missed it.
Hi, how are you? I'm alright. Did you make it? Have you? Yeah. You had a good time? Yeah. Yeah.
I think she realises now that the world doesn't revolve around Charlotte and that people do lead different lives and it's not all bad sort of being with your family, but maybe now we can make a bit better of a go of it and just try and get along a bit better now.
3 months later, and Charlotte has moved away from home into a flat of her own. She's had plenty of time to reflect on her stay with us in Jaipur.
I kind of realised that your parenting method was much better than the Indian cultures.
Do you? Why?
You pushed me, but not to the limit. You pushed me and said, look, if you don't do this, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to leave you to do it, and if you don't do it, then you know what's going to happen, but it's your choice whether you do it or not. And where their family is so much more like, you're going to do it, whether you like it or not, you're going to do it. Their kids, they've very much got such a very strong bond with their family, but they don't respect them in the way that I respect you. Like, I respect you for what you've given me, but I also respect you for letting me be me.
Thanks, darling. You do love me after all, then, do you?
Yeah.
In Birmingham, Josh's stay in India has had a major effect on him. Mum Sue has noticed the difference.
I think it's quite a substantial change in Josh. He's much softer. He's a bit more thoughtful, a little bit more chilled. Not major, but all the little things that perhaps add up to a lot. Yeah, I'm really pleased.
To be honest, I really didn't like Sanjeev that much when I first got there. But he wants to give his children the best opportunity he can. So the only way he knows how to do that is by making sure they do all their schoolwork, making sure they work as hard as they can, and making sure that they're very family orientated, and basically give them the same upbringing that he had. Like, how he believes in me as a person means that I could do what I wanted to with my life, and I could go as far as I can.
I'm really proud of you. The way you've analysed it all, the way you understand it, the respect that you've got.
Sanjeev, on his own back, kind of took me under his wing and really showed me that, life is what you make it.